When World War I began in 1914, the Ottoman Empire, modern-day Turkey, was no longer the powerful force it had once been. For centuries, the Ottomans had ruled vast territories across the Middle East, North Africa, and Eastern Europe. But by the early 20th century, the empire was weak, unstable, and struggling to survive. European powers openly referred to it as the sick man of Europe. So why did this declining empire choose to side with Germany in the deadliest war the world had ever seen? The answer lies in fear, survival, and strategic calculation. By the early 1900s, the Ottoman Empire was losing territory rapidly. Russia threatened its northern borders, Britain controlled Egypt, and France had influence across North Africa. The empire had already lost the Balkans and feared complete collapse. Ottoman leaders believed that staying neutral in a European war might leave them defenseless against enemies waiting to divide their lands. Germany, however, appeared different. Unlike Britain, France, and Russia, Germany had not seized Ottoman territory. Instead, Germany presented itself as a partner. German officers trained the Ottoman army. German engineers helped modernize infrastructure. The most famous project was the Berlin-Baghdad Railway, which promised economic growth and strategic strength. To Ottoman leaders, Germany looked like a power that respected their sovereignty. There was also deep distrust toward Russia. Russia had been the Ottoman Empire's greatest enemy for centuries. It won control of the Bosporus and Dardanelles, the narrow straits connecting the Black Sea to the Mediterranean. If Russia gained access to these waterways, it would threaten Ottoman independence entirely. Britain and France were allied with Russia, which made them seem just as dangerous in Ottoman eyes. Germany, on the other hand, promised protection against Russian expansion. Inside the empire, political change was also underway. A group known as the Young Turks had taken control of the government. They believed the empire could only survive through rapid modernization and strong military alliances. Many of these leaders admired Germany's discipline, technology, and military success. They believed Germany would win the war quickly and that supporting the winning side would save the empire. This belief proved critical. In August 1914, the Ottomans secretly signed an alliance with Germany. At first, they tried to avoid open conflict. But everything changed when German warships, fleeing the British Navy, were allowed to pass through Ottoman waters. These ships later attacked Russian ports in the Black Sea. Russia declared war soon after, followed by Britain and France. The Ottoman Empire was now fully involved in World War I. For Germany, the alliance was extremely valuable. Ottoman entry opened new fronts against the Allies, stretching their resources. Fighting erupted in the Caucasus against Russia, in the Middle East against Britain, and at Gallipoli, where Allied forces attempted to seize control of the Dardanelles. The Ottomans, with German support, successfully defended Gallipoli, one of their greatest victories. However, the war placed enormous strain on the empire. The Ottoman military was poorly supplied, its economy was fragile, and internal divisions weakened unity. Arab revolts, encouraged by Britain, further destabilized the empire. While Germany provided advisors and weapons, it could not prevent the slow collapse of Ottoman power. By 1918, Germany was losing the war, and so was the Ottoman Empire. The alliance that was meant to save the empire ultimately sealed its fate. When the Central Powers were defeated, the Ottomans were forced to sign harsh agreements. Their territories were divided among the victorious Allies. The empire officially ended in 1922, replaced by the modern Republic of Turkey. In hindsight, supporting Germany was a gamble driven by desperation. The Ottoman leaders believed neutrality meant destruction and alliance meant survival. Germany appeared to be the only great power willing to treat the empire as an equal rather than a prize to be divided. World War I did not begin the fall of the Ottoman Empire, but it determined how that fall would happen. History shows us that nations do not always choose sides because of shared values. Sometimes, they choose the side that offers the best chance to survive, even when the risk is enormous.